Hey everyone! Today I'm going to take you through my menu planning process. I know I showed you kind of a beginner's guide to how to stock your pantry, so now I'm going to show you how I plan my menu from my pantry and freezer, and then also how I create a grocery list to replenish those supplies. So I'm going to be using, and these are available to you, my new printable menu forms. They're a weekly menu. There's a color and a black and white, and they're free. Anyway, I'm going to kind of take you through my process of how I plan a menu and give you some tips for that. Some of my best tips include I always check our calendar. Right now, I really don't have to do that because we're not going anywhere. We're at home, except for our oldest who is still working. I still check my calendar because sometimes my work schedule gets super busy or I have a lot of online meetings and we might not feel like cooking that night. So, and I might want something easy, or if I'm cooking all day and creating recipes and photographing, then I might not feel like anything major that night. So I will plan something easy for that night. Now, in ordinary, regular, everyday life, I will look at my calendar and I will see what nights we have activities going on, what days we might be gone, what kind of meals I need to plan for those nights to make life easier and simpler and to make us not go crazy. Another tip that I have is to cook stuff that you're going to look forward to eating. Don't add stuff to the menu that you don't like, that your family doesn't like. So if you don't like cooked spinach, don't add it to the menu. Do try to broaden your horizons. We like to cook a lot of our old favorites, but every once in a while we'll shake it up and we like to cook something new. So maybe once a week we'll plan one new meal on the menu. We're not doing that as much right now because we're really trying to save on ingredients, scrimp and save. But in ordinary life, yes, I would try to plan something new just so we're broadening our culinary horizons a little bit. And then also ask your family what they want to eat that week. You know, your menu may be planned just with the suggestions that they give. Like I can ask my 3 kids what they want and I've already got 3 meals. Ask my husband, I've got 4 and I only need 3 more meals. And 2 of those meals are already set every week. So then I only have to plan 1 meal. I only have to come up with 1 idea. So get your family involved and ask them what they would like to have for dinner that week. Now, as for that 1 new meal, if you do want new ideas, I do have a suggestion for you, and I do this myself. I have a secret Pinterest board called Weekly Menu, and I will pin things that look really good to me, low carb ideas that Dan can eat, all kinds of stuff to that secret pin board. Nobody else can see it, but I know that I have that as a resource if I want some new ideas for meals. And that's a really easy way for you to gather ideas for dinner. And that brings me to my next point. You want to take into account your family's dietary needs. So like in my family, I have a gluten intolerance, so I'm gonna stick with gluten-free. My husband is a diet and exercise managed diabetic. So he's going to need certain things added to the menu or not added to the menu. Like if we have spaghetti, we're probably gonna make it with spaghetti squash. Just different things like that. Take into account your family's dietary needs, and also take into account your budget. Don't blow your budget. Take into account what you have to spend that week and don't go over that budget. Easier said than done, I know, especially when you're ordering groceries. Definitely take all of that into account when you are planning your menu and making your grocery list. We're going to get to ordering groceries in a little bit. Take inventory of your pantry and freezer. And that's a big deal with this, which is why I wanted to kind of go through how I'm doing this right now with you, because I am pretty much planning our meals from our pantry and freezer. And then I am replenishing whatever we use, trying to replenish what I can that week when I order groceries or if we go out to pick up groceries. Sometimes I can't get stuff and replenish it, and that's okay. Maybe we have that particular item a little bit less in our meals. Definitely take that into account as well. Things that are easy to get and things that are harder to get, so you're not using up all of your supply of a particular item without replenishing it. Use a pencil when you're planning your menu. Use a pencil and eraser. I can't stress this enough because I might want to move meals around on the menu, or I might make a mistake and need to erase, and I don't want a bunch of squiggles on my menu. That's just how I am. Yeah, use a pencil and eraser because then you can be flexible and move things around much easier without wasting paper or wasting anything for that matter. Talking about waste, save your old menus. Reuse them. You can either reuse them for the whole week or you can use them as inspiration for planning a new menu. You can go back and look and see what you've had and what you've enjoyed, and then you can add that particular meal to the menu. But save those old menus. I do that. I will save a stack on the fridge, and sometimes I'll tuck them away in the office or in the kitchen somewhere, and just tuck them away, file them away for later so that I have those to look back at. When you are making your grocery list, you also want to look at your household supplies. Make sure that you're adding those to your grocery list so you can get those while you're out or while you're ordering. And by household supplies, I mean cleaning supplies, paper products, soaps and shampoos, toothpaste, toothbrushes, anything like that you use, that you consume on a regular basis. I have a color and a black and white menu. And my friend Lisa from crazyadventuresinparenting.com actually made this for me, so I'm really grateful to her, and she has a lot of great recipes on her site as well. She actually just has one that she put up for tachos, which is tater tot nachos, and man, they look good. So check her out too. I'm gonna just walk through how I plan our menu. Now, I already talked to my family and they gave me some ideas, but first I'm gonna plug in the meals that we have every single week, because there's 2 things we do every single week. On Sunday nights are a free-for-all because none of us want to cook. So it's by putting down sandwiches and soup, it means either sandwiches and soup or leftovers. So we're not wasting anything. So I'm putting that down first. And then Fridays, we always have burgers or sloppy joes. Usually burgers. We'll do burgers. And I think we have some tots. And we'll probably have salad with that. Now Saturday night, Jacob's wanting to make pizza, so I'm going to put pizza down, and then we'll probably have salad with that as well. Now, another meal that they wanted this week was roast, and thankfully we do have a beef roast in the freezer, a small one, so I'm going to put roast beef down for Monday, along with, we have some potatoes, and then we have some veggies we can have with that. We have some broccoli, or we can have some green beans. Let's see, Tuesday night, I really love Taco Tuesday, so I think we'll go ahead and do tacos on Tuesday. We have all this stuff for that. Now, I was going to make Instant Pot sausage and rice for a meal this week to photograph for my blog, so I'm going to go ahead and put down Instant Pot sausage and rice. And I have cauliflower rice that we can make for Dan in place of regular rice. And then we'll also have some veggies with that. I try to plan veggies with every single meal. And I don't name the actual veggie. We just keep a good stock of veggies on hand, both frozen and canned. Mostly canned, we'll just eat green beans, but we keep a lot of frozen veggies too, like broccoli, California mix with carrots and cauliflower and broccoli, and then sometimes we'll have frozen green beans or frozen peas. We just keep a good supply, so we can just kind of pick and choose what we want for vegetables. And then Thursday night, let's see. Let's do something easy on Thursday night. Let's do chicken salad. And they can decide whether they want that by itself, on a bed of lettuce, on crackers, bread, or tortillas, because I think we have all of those, so that'll be good. And we'll have maybe some chips with that, and maybe a vegetable of some kind. I'll usually have chicken salad on leaves of lettuce, so, and wrap it. It's pretty good. So that is my menu. My menu is made for the week. So now I know what I have to get out each day to let thaw. One more thing I wanted to add about your printable menu. You can print it once and put it into a plastic sleeve and then use a dry erase marker with it every week. My friend Lisa also gave me that tip. So that is a tip to help you save on ink and paper and all of that and be more efficient with it. Now let's talk about the shopping list. And I'm not really gonna put any new meals on here besides the Instant Pot sausage and rice. That's new because I'm developing that. But I'm kind of keeping it simple because of where we're at right now, trying to stay home, not go to the grocery store. But I am going to order some groceries this week. So I'm going to get a grocery list made. Now, when I make a grocery list, I will usually write it out by store department so that as I go through the store, I can pick up all the items for that particular department. And we go through, we like to start in the produce and work our way back to the dairy, and then go get any last minute household supplies we need before we head out of the store. That's just how we have done it, how it seems easiest to do it and not get mixed up in a big crowd of people. But so I like to list my grocery list out by department. Now, all of this stuff for these recipes we already have on hand. But since I am planning from my pantry and freezer, I want to replenish whatever we're using. I mean, within reason. I might not replenish the roast beef because that's a little extravagant right now. We just happen to have that on hand. I might replace that with ground beef, or I might replace it with frozen chicken or chicken breasts, or even a whole chicken instead of a roast beef. A whole chicken is much more affordable than roast beef right now. Another thing I could replace it with would maybe be little cutlet steaks, or little pork chops. Just something you want to think affordably if you're really trying to save on supplies, trying to save on your budget and everything. But all of this we already have, but I want to replenish. So I'm going to go ahead and plan my grocery list based on what we're having so that when we use that, I'm confident that we have more in its place. So potatoes, we have plenty of potatoes right now. Jacob actually found an extra row of potatoes in the garden that he didn't dig up. And they are so good because we live in Arkansas and we did not have a hard winter. So we have plenty of potatoes and we're going to be storing them pretty quickly here. Vegetables probably might replace with some frozen vegetables. So I'm going to write that down. Frozen veggies. This is my freezer section over here. Now ground beef, I'm going to go through. We were eating 1.5 pounds of ground beef per meal with ground beef, but we're kind of trying to pare that down to 1 pound right now because it's hard to get it. Now it's not as hard if we go to our local butcher shop. We're able to get it there, but at the regular stores, you might as well forget it. So I've got 2 pounds of ground beef that we need. So I'm gonna write that down in my little meat section. Let's see, other for tacos, we want lettuce, tomatoes, and while I'm writing lettuce, I'm gonna go ahead and put spinach down because we do eat spinach, fresh spinach. And then tacos, otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and write milk and cream down and eggs. And then also cheddar. Let's see, how many meals are we having with cheese? Just 2. So I'll go ahead and write down maybe 1 block. And then I'm also going to write down Monterey Jack ×1. Taco shells, sour cream, and maybe salsa to replenish our supply of salsa. Because we use salsa to both flavor the meat sometimes and also as a topping for our tacos. The Instant Pot sausage and rice, I don't know that we would make that again, but I will replace Dan's cauliflower rice. And if I can get the sausage, I might replace the sausage too. Just depends if I can get it. Chicken salad, we have plenty of pecans. I'm not gonna worry about replacing those. We have apples. I might get some more apples though. And of course we'll get banana. Then chicken, we're having one meal of chicken, but we might go ahead, and if we can get a pack of chicken breasts, we might do that. Another thing I wanted to mention is when you're adding something like chicken or ground beef to the menu, and you might be getting a big pack of it at the store, think of ways that you can stretch that out into more than one meal. So we're having chicken once this week, but we might take the rest of that pack of chicken, or if we get a whole chicken, we might take the rest of that whole chicken and use it for lunch meat, or make chicken tacos, or make chicken enchiladas, something like that. Think of ways that you can stretch larger packs of meat or vegetables to make more than just one meal. As far as rice goes, we're good on rice because we have a big bag in the freezer, and then I have a couple little bags that I stocked in the pantry. I'm not gonna worry about replacing that. Tater tots, I'll add that to my freezer section if I can get it. Yay, if I can't, oh well. I've already got the ground beef, already got the cheese. We've got American cheese too, for those that like that. We got Parmesan. Okay, now for the pizza, probably want to try to get a couple cans of crushed tomatoes because we make our own sauce. So we'll definitely replace those. And then mozzarella. And then we might get some fresh Parmesan too, because we use that with the pizza. It's made from scratch. We've got plenty of flour, and I've got some gluten-free pizza crusts. And I'm gonna try making homemade eventually, so I don't think I'm gonna worry about getting crust right now. Salad, I've got lettuce and tomatoes on here. Sandwiches and soup. So I might want to get the kids some ham for sandwiches or some turkey. Now I have a good supply of milk, but I am getting milk. I'm trying to get a gallon every week because we can stick it in the freezer and freeze it. You just pour a little bit out, and then you put the rest of the gallon in the freezer. That way it leaves room for expansion. But you can freeze milk. So I'm doing that a little bit at a time. As far as soup goes, I might replenish some of my gluten-free soup if I can get it. It's not always easy to get, but if I can get it, maybe. And then I also wanted to add Gatorade powder to our, just in case we get sick. I think that'll be good to have on hand. We also have Propel if we need it. And I wouldn't mind getting Zeke some Pedialyte. I was going to add those. So you want to think about household things that you need. If I can get TP, toilet paper, I will. I can't always get it. Cat food cans, because we feed him dry food, but he has these little, they're Sheba, I call them cat cans, but they're just the Sheba wet food. And he gets one every night as a little treat. And then maybe some treats for him because he's almost out. We like to take care of Kitty too, not just us. So that's another thing. Take care of your pets too and make sure they have food. Make sure you're getting that. And if you can't get it at your store, you might be able to order it on chewy.com. And I'll put an affiliate link to chewy.com in the caption below the video. Otherwise, I think I'm good. So that's my grocery list. Now let's talk about groceries. Right now during this time, I'm pretty much ordering as many of our groceries as I can. Thankfully, we live in an area where we can get some delivery. We live outside of town, but we can still get some delivery. And we can also do pickup. Pickup has been a lot harder. Now, that said, they don't always have what you want in stock. So I try to shop one store at a time. And whatever I couldn't get on that order, I'll add and maybe do another store. And I'm using Instacart right now. Now there are several apps out there. Like I said, if you can get Walmart pickup, you can use that. Sam's Club has pickup. I don't know about Costco. I think they do, but I'm not sure. We don't have Costco here. We don't have Shipt here either, but I hear a lot of good things about Shipt. Another place that I order from is Amazon. Amazon Prime Pantry was one of my go-tos before all of this happened. And Amazon Subscribe and Save. Now I still get some things there. I know a lot of people get their toilet paper that way. And I get things like toilet cleaning wand, refills, baby wipes. I was getting baby wipes. I actually took those off because we're not needing them as much anymore. Diapers, we were getting those at one time. I get Zeke's favorite lollipops. They're the Yum Earth. I think they're Yum Earth. They're made out of real fruit. Anyway, I get his lollipops on there once a month. So that's a treat that comes for him once a month. And there's some other things that you can put. There's a lot of stuff that you can put on Subscribe and Save, supplements and things like that. Paper products, if you can get paper products. A lot of them are out of stock right now. So those are some places that you can order from. Now with Instacart, you have the taxes and you have the tip to take into account and slightly higher prices. Another thing to take into account is the delivery fee. I signed us up temporarily for free delivery. Now that costs me a monthly fee. I think it was $9.99 a month. But right now, during this time, we'll get free delivery. But what I love about Instacart is that once your order is picked up by someone and they start shopping for it, you can watch them as they're, not literally watch them, but you can watch as they're getting stuff, because it will say they were able to get this item, or they will say they weren't able to get this item. And you can actually send them a message and ask them to replace it with this item instead, or not to worry about it at all. I love that. Another tip I have for ordering groceries. It may look like there are no time slots available right now. It may look like they can't shop till Tuesday or Wednesday, 3 days later. Wait until the next morning when your store opens up, like wait till around 8:30 and start checking. It seems like people start signing in for jobs, and so times will come available. Instacart will say they can deliver within 1 hour or within 5 hours, and that's how I've been able to get some of our grocery orders, is by doing that. Same thing with Amazon. Check late at night or early in the morning, and sometimes you can find those hard to find things like toilet paper. But you gotta be quick because it goes in like 5 minutes. But I think that's pretty much all the tips I have for you today. If you have questions, be sure and leave me a comment. If you like this video, be sure and like and subscribe. And don't forget, you can get your own free printable menu planner. And I'll leave the link to that in the caption with this video. But if you like this video, be sure and like it. Be sure and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel for more. And I know I talked about it a little bit, but you can check out our pantry video too, where I showed you how kind of a beginner's guide to stocking your pantry. It had some great tips for things that you can add to your pantry and how to do that over time and within your budget. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments, and I will see you guys later.